Hey everybody, welcome to Wisconsin Triggercraft. It is a cold spring day here in Wisconsin, and I am here to spend a little time with my P365. This is a pistol that I'm sure absolutely everybody has heard of. There's at least 635 million videos on the P365, and I just thought to myself, I got to do one more. I got to do another one. This is my daily carry currently, though just for fun's sake, that's probably going to change because there's so many good options out there. This P365 is a basic model. It's got a thumb safety, ambidextrous thumb safety, but there really isn't anything about this pistol that's particularly different than anything else. It's not the XL or the Rose or any of the other models. Just a basic 365, and I've got probably about 500 rounds through this particular pistol. So far, I have not had a malfunction. So just to do a quick little review on it, as most of you are probably aware, it comes with 2 magazines, and I have the magazines here in my pocket. It comes with a flush fit 10 round, and it comes with a 10 round that's got a little bit of a finger rest. And then from Sig Sauer, you can also get an extended 12 round. Now, from a standpoint of actually shooting the pistol, the 12 rounder is really nice because you can get a little extra grip on that pistol and it actually becomes pretty comfortable to shoot. From a carry standpoint, that flush fit is lovely because you can really get that in there nice and tight, and you don't have to, it's not as hard to conceal because, the grip length is that little bit shorter. The downside to that, if we just go ahead and see this here, you can see that I can't really get my pinky finger on that pistol, right? But if I take that extended one out, the 12 rounder, put that in there, that's a whole different deal, which is nice. Let's do a quick review on the trigger. The triggers on these pistols are just okay. Weapon is clear. We're going to do a dry fire to show you here. So you can see there's going to be a lot of take up. There's the take up. There's the creep. Click. Finally. Right, so there's that click. Let's do it with a reset this time. So we've got, I'm going to face it the other way here. Pull, 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 pull. There's the wall. There's the creep. Oh, it finally goes off. Reset is long but crisp, and creep and bang. So it's, I have heard some reviews that these triggers will get better with rounds downrange. I have yet to see mine really change. Anyways, we're just going to do some basic marksmanship today, put some rounds through it, and kind of see how the shooting experience is. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is I just want to get a sense of how easy or difficult it is to shoot this pistol, kind of give you a sense of that. We're going to do a couple of just simple groupings on the target. We're about, I don't know, about 10 yards back here or so, maybe not even 7 yards or so. And I'm going to start with the flush fit magazine, so I really won't be able to use my pinky finger at all. And see if I can get about 3 or 4 rounds into the top left dot over there. Now, one thing I want to comment on about this pistol that I think is interesting is that if you have the magazine fully loaded, whether it's the 10 or the 12, and you insert it, you have to give it one heck of a smack to seat all the way. Not an issue if you say only have 9 or 11. And I've noticed, yeah, you take that fully loaded magazine, you get the slide forward, you try to load it, it doesn't like to load. You got to load it with the slide back to not run into that issue. So I don't know if that's a big deal, but I just noticed like other guns that I have don't have that issue. Anyway, I'm going to throw a couple rounds at that top left target with the flush fit magazine. go one-handed on the top right. So the experience there shooting that wasn't bad at all. It's definitely got a little more pop than you would experience with a larger framed handgun, like a Glock 19, Glock 17, you know, one of those guys, Beretta, because it's really very small. So being as small as it is, obviously you're going to get more perceived recoil from that 9mm round than you would from, again, a larger pistol, but it's still only a 9, so it's not like it's that bad. Let's go to the extended magazine, not extended, but the magazine with the finger rest on it, and see what that experience is shooting same exercise. 3 to the left, 3 to the right. So right off I can notice that my whole grip just changed, because I can get my little pinky finger, I can get that fully on the gun, and I can really crank in there and just feel like I've got a really solid grip. Whereas before, I just felt like I couldn't quite get my big hands to be very comfortable. So I do appreciate that finger rest. Safety on. I got a round in the chamber, I got my safety on. All right, so we can go have a quick look at that. All right, so not too bad, not too bad. It's a micro pistol. You don't necessarily expect pinpoint accuracy out of these. That being said, I got 1, 2, 3 over, put my thumb over that. 1, 2, I put one up high, that's on me. All the rest of them are all in the red, so not too bad. This gun, like I said, it's got a little flip to it. The recoil is a little more up and down than I like. It doesn't really come back at me like you would, you know, like you would prefer. You know, the more that recoil comes back to you, the easier it is to just stay on target. This gun does have a little flip to it, so after every shot, you know, I feel like I'm constantly pushing it back down a little bit. But we're gonna go with that paper plate right there and see how I do. Here we go. Ready? And... All right, so I got here some Federal full metal jackets. We're gonna do just a little function test on that. I've been running FMJs so far, but obviously if you're gonna carry this pistol for personal defense, you need to be carrying a full metal, a hollow point, can't speak, a hollow point, or a Federal hollow point bullet, whether it's Federal or Hornady or Spear or any of them. I mean, we could have that argument, of course, all day long. But I do have 12 hollow points here, and I'm going to run them at my silhouette target and see if, you know, if this gun's going to malfunction on me for any reason at all. I doubt it will, but let's see how that goes. Let's start with let's just start with about 3 rounds slow fire, see if there's any issue at all. Absolutely none. Let's go a little faster. We're going to do 2 double taps. None whatsoever. Let's empty the mag. Absolutely no problem at all. So it'll run so far anything I feed it. We're going to get a couple different oddball kinds of ammunition and just check a couple more things. We'll be right back. All right, so we're just going to do one more thing today. I have 3 different types of ammunition here. This is a standard 115 grain brass cased full metal jacket. This is a 124 grain with an aluminum case. And this guy's a real interesting one. It's a copper matrix bullet. It's only 85 grains. It's kind of an oddball round. All of them, of course, are 9mm. Let's see how they perform. I've got 5 of each, and I'm going to shoot 3 groups, and I'm going to do my very darndest to keep those groups as tight as I possibly can. And let's see if there's any really noticeable difference. We're going to start with the known. On the left, we're going to start with standard full metal, 115 grain full metal jacket, the most common 9mm you're going to be able to find. So we got 124 grain with an aluminum case, 5 rounds at the middle target. Finally, we're going to go with this oddball guy here, this 85 grain frangible copper matrix bullet. Let's see how it performs on the right hand. All right, so my first shot, my second shot, because I wasn't gripping properly. My third, my fourth, and then again on my fifth shot, I didn't have my pinky finger in there. I just didn't have the right grip. So these are my mistake. These three, I think, are an accurate depiction of what that round is doing. That's the standard 115 grain. Come over here to that slightly heavier bullet. I didn't notice a shot that I felt bad about. So that I obviously made an error there. That's 4 rounds real nice and tight. Like those two, I just knew it. I was like, oh, that was me. I don't know about that guy. And then the same thing over here. This is the that 85 grain bullet. They all decided to hit left. That's interesting. Versus being dead on. All those were way over to the left. And that's, I wasn't shooting any different. And again, we had that flyer up there. And if anything, as we were going along, I felt like my technique, I haven't been shooting handguns for the last few months because lots of reasons. I just haven't had the time. And I felt like my shooting was getting better. I felt like my technique was improving just shot for shot as we were going along. I was just really getting locked in there. And so we got a flyer and it moved over to the left. I think that bullet is performing a little differently. Now, as far as the gun is concerned, absolutely no issues whatsoever. It ate everything I fed it without the slightest hiccup. It cycled fine. No problem whatsoever. So the gun gets an A grade. I think the shooter gets a B minus maybe. But the gun is good. Hey everybody. I hope you enjoyed the content I made today on this P365. I'm going to have several more chapters on this pistol coming over the next few weeks. My goal is to get 500 or more rounds through it just in the next couple of weeks and really run it through its paces. Again, if you enjoyed this content, I'd really appreciate it if you'd hit that like and subscribe button. I got a lot more content written up, but I'm really looking forward to everything else I'm going to be making over the next few months, even hopefully years. So that's all for today. This is Wisconsin Trigger Craft signing off. Thanks for watching.